Hello everyone and welcome back. My name is Lexa. If you're new here, thank you so much for stopping by, and if you're not, thank you so much as well for coming back to my channel and watching my content. So for today's video, I'm going to share with you Kenyan books published in the 90s. And if you watched my previous video, I was sharing Kenyan books that were published in the 70s, and it was a really thrilling video. I had so much fun in making that video. If you watched it, you know why. So for this decade, I have a number of recommendations, and as I said earlier on my previous video, if my list is not up to date or it doesn't have like all the complete books, please bear with me. These are just some of the books that I stumbled upon, and I really felt the urge to share with everyone. And just in the spirit of sharing Kenyan works, let's not all forget about our games that were published back in the days. All right, so let's move on to the video. So I created a list. It's handwritten, so bear with me if I keep on looking at the list because I haven't memorized all the books except for Major Mwangi's. So bear with me if I keep on looking down and referring to the book. So this is actually a very interesting year, the 90s. It's actually most when the year when most of my people were born. Let's say people in my age bracket were born, and also it's a year that it was also thriving with amazing titles. And yeah, and I think there were some more publication from female authors, which I'm also happy to share with you guys. All right, so let's move on to 1990. So the first book that I got is Jimmy the Dog by Major Mwangi. So this is actually a children's book, and it's been people are talking about Jimmy the Dog for like, I've been talking about it for a very long time on Facebook and on Twitter. Okay, in my interactions, people are really talking about how Jimmy was a very good book back in the day, and it also purposed to entertain children during that time. So that was the only book I got that was published in 1990. Then let's move on to 1991. The first book is Three Days on the Cross by Wahome Mutahi. May his soul rest in peace. And Good Boy by Major Mwangi, which is also a children's book. And that same year, Major also released Karaoke, which is also a children's book. And then the third book is Broken Drum by David G. Mailu. All right. Then 1992, we have Nice People by Wamagunda Giteria. So this book is actually available at Textbook Center. I was so surprised. Like the other day, I was walking into just one of their branches here on Thika Road Mall, and I saw a very good collection of classics, even though they had classified Kenyan books and I don't know, storybooks. I don't know why they I don't know why they keep on putting our books in the wrong shelves. But anyways, bear with me. I was so glad to find that they had stocked classics books. Like me, I don't even know if these bookshops realize that they are having very good very good books. Like, you guys, you're doing the best. Like, ikitabu, this book is magic. And a big thank you to all bookshops that are stocking our books, literally. It's my heart. All right, enough of that. Then the next book is The Jailbags by Wahome Mutahi as well. And then Striving for Wind by who? Major Mwangi again. So if you've noticed, Major Ali published the 90, 91, and 92. Jimmy the Dog, Karaoke, and then Striving for Wind. Yeah. Then 1993, there's one which is by a female author, which I know most of you've never heard of. The Trials of Nero Okambo by Purity Wahumu and Diarmod David. So I think it was a collabo. It's called The Trials of Nero Okambu. Yes. And then that is all for 1993 that I got. I'm really sorry. So let's move on to 1994. The Hunter's Dream by Major Mwangi, which has been so scarce in the Kenyan book space. I haven't read it. Because I can't find it. Even on Amazon, I can't find it. So Major, if you're watching this, please bring back your books to our Kenyan book space. And then the other book is Sunset in Africa by Peter Nyarango. I came across this book early this year in a school library, actually, in a high school where I was doing my student teaching, and I was so moved. Like, the Kenyan selection in that library is mind-blowing. They have all the classics, from the rewires, then the novels, English novels. It was just a great collection. If I could live in that school, then I'd be the happiest person. But anyways, some things have to come before that. And then the other book published in 1994 is Homing In by Marjorie Olude Makugowe. And then The River and the Source by Margaret Ogola. And then, yeah, so 4 books published in 94. The Hunter's Dream by Major Mwangi. Sunset in Africa by Peter Nyorango. I love sunsets. And then Homing In by Marjorie Olude Makugowe. And then The River and the Source, which is a very popular book because I read it in high school, and I think some years back it was read as a set text, which is a really great novel. Honestly, I would wish people to read it over and over again in high school. Like, is it Olewa high school? Because that was it's like a mandatory. That book is amazing. Then let's move on to 1995. We have 2 books. Forgive me, 2 books. There's The Cannibals by Okoth Okombo, and then Heartstones by Kekelwa Nyauya. Somebody please help me pronounce that name. Heartstones. I also came across this book in a library where I was teaching, and I read a few pages, and then some pages were missing in the book, so I could not fill up the missing pages, the missing story. So I've heard also the author. Actually, I came across her other book. Was it a he or she? Book at Textbook Center. A new book actually published in 2020, which I know most of you have not heard of it. I'll check the title and share it with you. So yeah, Heartstones. It looked so interesting. I think it was romance with a bit of drama-ish and stuff. I really love how people used to write back in the day. Honestly, like, it was simple, very simple. Kenyan literature is not depressing. Kenyan literature is fun, is beautiful, it's easy to read. My goodness. Anyways, so yeah, 1995 I got only 2 books, The Cannibals and The Heartstones. And then 1996 I have 4 books, interesting 4 books. From Home Guard to Mau Mau by Elisha Mbabu. It's also available at Textbook Center, I think, or at Nuria the Honest Door, maybe, I'm not sure. And then the other one is The Gallows Mine by David Karanja. So that book is available, I think, at Nuria Textbook Center. Yeah. Those, I think, that the 2 go-to bookshops, and Cheche Books if you really want Kenyan classics. Those are the go-to bookshops. And then The Devil You Know by Matthew Karauri. Yes. And then Equatorial Assignment by David G. Mailu. I also started reading this book again in the school library, and I was like about page 90, because it's also a short novel, and there are some pages missing. I don't know what happened to our publishers back in the day. They are releasing books that were having missing pages. I don't know why, but it was a really good story. Mailu is great. like super great. And then before I forget, let me just get one book. Let me get one book. Okay, I'm really sorry to take you guys back. I just remember this book that I got the other day from Candy and Books Kenya. It's a bookstore that also sells candy, and you also do book swaps for 100 shillings. I saw a poster the other day, they were sharing about that program. So this amazing book, I'm yet to read it. It was published in 1990 by PM Waweru. I don't know what PM stands for, but it's called Judy the Nun. So if you're familiar with this, please leave a thumbs up at the comment section or just say something good about this book. Yeah, I got it there, but I don't know if you can find it elsewhere. It looks a bit scarce, but anyways, sorry to take you back. So we're done in 1996. So let's move on to 1997. I got only 2 books. I'm really sorry. The Heart on Trial. All right, this is a very long name. F.G. Njenga. I think it's Njenga. And then The Last Plague by Major Mwangi. Alright, so those are only 2 books that I got in 1997. Then 1998. I don't know why there was no author publishing a book the year I was born. Ama mia ndio sijafanya assignment vizuri, but I didn't get a book published in 1998. If Major could do something in 1998, it would be so special to me. But anyways, maybe there's a book lying somewhere and it was published in 1998 and people have long forgotten about it, and I'm going to find it. I'm going to find it, even if it's a short story, like a very short story, or like an essay. I'll just find it. All right, so let's move on to 1999, and I have 3 books. So that's Doomsday by Wahome Mutahi, and then Daughter of State by Magaga Alot. So if you watched my 70s video, Magaga released A Girl Cannot Go On Laughing. A girl cannot go on laughing all the time. A girl cannot laugh. Forgive me. So yeah, that it was published in 1975, and then a decade later, Magaga released The Daughter of the State. It's actually a political fiction book. This, I'm yet to get my hands on it because I don't know where to find it, but I'm so curious to know. I really loved A Girl Cannot Go On Laughing All the Time. That book, only 57 pages, but the humor, what's the word, the language is so simple, the drama, the language. I mean, okay, I've repeated myself, but you should read that book. It's hilarious. Only 57 pages. Grab it, read it during your lunch break or in the evening or in the weekends, and you'll really enjoy literature. If you want to enjoy Kenyan literature, by the way, read our classics. Anza tu na watu wa nyuma. That's what I'd advise anyone who wants to get into reading our works. Understand our art. Our art lies in our people. And as much as we are having great new authors trying, not trying, but writing good works, I would advise you, get back to our people. At least you get a gist of something, of they'll keep on talking to you. Honestly, you'll know, okay, this is how Kenya used to write, this is how Kenya got to the map and all that. So yeah, please start with our classics. All right, the last book by Major again. Major really did wonders. All right, it's Mountain of Bones. So that's also, forgive me, that is also a children's book. I have it somewhere. Please give me a minute to go get it. Sorry to take too long. So this is Mountain of Bones by Major Mwangi. It's a children's book, as you can see. It has pictures in it. And there's also Jimmy, a mention of Jimmy. I don't know the connection Major had with the puppies, calling them Jimmy, but yeah. So this amazing book, I had started reading it with my home book club for the children's book. It's children's book club. I don't know. Okay, we came up with a name for that book club. I can't quite remember. I gave them a chance, to choose a name for the book club. So it's actually, we usually hold our meetings or rather discussions or reading sessions at a local library. So they usually come in the evenings, maybe 2 p.m. and then we read a story together, and then we go back home and we eat snacks, and then we go back home. So I think they had 4 options. I think there was the storytellers, the whatever, I don't know, but I think they all voted for the storytellers book club. So we had started reading this, but schools reopened, and we were also reading A Wisp in the Jungle by Robert Mwangi. We didn't get to finish it together. I think we'll do it in the next holidays. So the book club only runs when we're in the holiday, and also when I'm back at home with them in the community. So yeah, it's really, really good to get our children into the reading culture and reading our books, because I don't remember reading many Kenyan books while growing up. Just a few, or maybe those folk tales zilikuwa mingi hizo nakumbuka, lakini tu like storybooks like Meja Mwangi, Barbara Kimenye, although she is not Kenyan, but just Kenyan storybooks I didn't read as much. And I also love what Story Moja read aloud. Story Moja Publishers is doing. They're publishing a lot of children's books, and they're also curating diaries so that you can track what you read and what you liked about the book. So it's like a small guide for children to write what they felt about the book, and it's also a good practice as they're getting into the reading culture. So yeah, those are the 3 books from 1999, and I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm sorry it's too long, but I hope you get recommendations, and next time I'll do another decade. I hope you enjoy the 90s, and if you've noticed something, please leave it at the comment section so that we may discuss, and let's get the conversation going. Let's get people into the reading culture. Kenya has a very good, what's the word, literature tree. Can I call it a tree or a branch? I don't know. It's a huge tree, actually. It's a very huge tree, and I feel that we have to give it much appreciation as much as we're giving to other publications that are not of our own. I'm really, really connected to our works, that I could even stay for like months without reading other works. Respectfully, just because I really want to, like when someone walks to me and asks me, please give me a guide on reading Kenyan literature, or what can you say about the Kenyan literature? It's books from your country. What can you say? I don't want just to sit there and state them and just say 1 or 2 things. I want to get them into our world. I want to give them a leaf from our tree about our literature. I just want to be informed and make it as fun as possible. Like, Kenyan literature is amazing, honestly. And that's it for this decade. Thank you so much for watching. Sorry if I've repeated myself. I hope this video was resourceful, and I can't wait to see you on my next video. Have a good day.